Hi, I'm Ken Dolan-Del, and this is Work Life Confidential, where I share thoughts on leadership and on parenting and on relationships of all kinds, critical thinking on these matters that are so fundamental to our lives. And if you like this video, please give it a like and perhaps subscribe to the channel. Send me your comments. Always interested in hearing what people have to say about my commentary. So today I want to talk a little bit about the ways that people who are in power within large systems, so workplaces of all kinds, let's say, will create systems that result in problems for individuals, and then they will communicate about those problems as though they are failings of individuals. And so we have this huge tendency in workplaces and other large systems too, to see things like extraordinary pressure being communicated to employees as their need for better stress management skills, their need for better time management skills. And it's very important to understand this and recognize it so that we don't adopt the idea that, in fact, we are the person with the issue, instead of that we are in a context, we're in a system which is creating overwhelming, impossible productivity demands. And so what I'm hearing more and more from people is that they are in an organization where team members have been downsized, or maybe support functions have been decimated and are no longer available to them, and yet their productivity demands continue to increase. And so I just want to make it really clear that you deserve to understand that situation as an unreasonable situation to find yourself in. And sure, you got to do everything you can to get through those and live and work in those kinds of contexts until you can make some change maybe, or find a place that doesn't have those kinds of unreasonable pressures. But the one thing you don't want to do is feel like it's your problem, that I don't manage stress well enough, or I don't do my scheduling well enough, or I don't prioritize well enough. I mean, we can all develop those skills, but if you are now being asked to do the work of a number of people, and you're being told that the only reason you're not being able to do that is because your skills are somehow inadequate, very important to take stock of the fact that systems often do this kind of thing. And an example from a very large system would be when we look at wealth gaps between communities. So communities of color in general have a wealth gap with white communities. And that is often looked at in the mainstream as, well, they've got to do better. Well, of course, the reason that exists has nothing to do with individual inadequacies. It has everything to do with systemic problems of great long-standing nature. So things like lessened pay for work and inadequate access to higher education and higher level, highly compensated work. And all of these things are much more the issue behind inequality than are individual deficits. Very important to keep this in mind. And if you are a leader in an organization, to see it as your job to create environments that are in fact reasonable, so that people are not expected to deliver results that no human being would be reasonably expected to deliver, that you have some understanding of what you're asking of the people who are on your team or in your division or in your organization, and that you are expecting them to produce at a level that allows them to maintain their health, to maintain their activities and their lives outside work. And I know that this is very hard, but it's essential if we're going to have reasonable, healthy, and highly productive organizations where people actually want to stay and continue to work. I recommend this book very highly. It's called Dying for a Paycheck, and it's by Professor Jeffrey Pfeffer. And he talks about and looks at the ways that our work organizations have gotten increasingly unreasonable in their productivity expectations over time. And what I've seen recently is that it's even gotten worse. If you like this commentary, if you think that it's helpful, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. And also, again, send me your comments and your questions. I love to hear what people have to say, and I love to dialogue about these issues.